Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Prakash Agarwal. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rashi Vyas.
India is not just a country, it's a civilization. But in a civilization, we need space to breathe. With this, good afternoon everyone, I am Nimisha Vyas.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanidhya Jain.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Pragya Jain.
India's population is increasing, unemployment increasing, and opportunity is decreasing. With this, a good afternoon, everyone. Present in this group discussion, myself, Arjun.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deepak Solanki.
Controlling population is not just about controlling lives. It's about making better lives. With this, I am Anita Hamad.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Vanshika Pan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Here I am Niti Sharma.
Before I start anything, I just want to tell you that this is not a group discussion. This is the time to speak about India. So I just want to tell you that I speak from my heart, I rest with my soul, and I lead with my guests. With this, good afternoon, everyone, respected judges, teachers, and all dear my friends. Today I am Bhavika Kasera going to tell about is population control is necessary for India's growth. So guys, I totally agree with this statement. So let's take an example to understand it in the better way. So imagine you are in hospital, you are admitted, you need oxygen, but there are 10 more people who need oxygen, but one oxygen cylinder is left. So now the thing was that to whom you choose, a old man, a teacher, a student, a child, or no one. So this is not a movie scene. This has happened during the COVID-19 when we need oxygen, but because of overpopulation, many people are dying. So guys, if anyone told that population is not important, to ask him then to whom you choose if you can't choose everyone. So guys, India is rising, but our blooming population holding us back, and it is the time to face the facts. Do you know how other countries are managing their population? China managed their population by a law. Japan managed their population by a robot. India also managing their population by telling जो भगवान चाहेगा वही होगा. I'm sorry to say like that, but yeah, this is the current situation going on in India.
I agree. It is very important to control the population. The population of India is 1.463 billion according to 7 July 2025 survey, which means that India has 17.7% of the whole world's population. It means that every sixth person in the whole world is an Indian.
More population means less opportunity. Like if we have more people, we get like very less job, unemployment. In India, 3.2% of people are unemployed, which means 20 to 25 million people are unemployed. So many people are going to other countries for like opportunities like Kalpana Chawla, Satya Nadella, Subhanshu Shukla, etc. are going to other countries and giving them like a many beneficial GDP increasement.
I agree. It is also about the pressure on the working force. The high amount of children and elderly people put pressure on the working force, and it also reduces the per capita income. If there are more people, so the income is divided among more individuals. And it is very important to discuss about why, because there is only one Mukesh Ambani. Other than him, more than 25% people in India are earning only $2 per day.
Educating people about the family planning and raising the importance about the population control and its impact on environment and biodiversity. India have the concept of green card policy. This can be not directly linked to the population control with a national program. It's associated with the benefits and offered to the individual or families who measure for the family and individual, which can be measured sterilization after 2 or fewer children.
Yes, I agree with you. India's infrastructure is under stress due to a rapidly growing population. When families are big and income is low, then they struggle to buy food, water, etc.
If there is more people, we get like very poor people in this city. 26.4% of people are below poverty line, which means 380.16 million people are below poverty line and unemployed. They are begging in the streets, like sleeping on the streets, 1/10 of meal is difficult for them to eat.
I agree. Let's talk about the land and the prices of land. Let's talk about the most common city in this topic, Mumbai. A common piece of land, 1 square feet in a posh area in Mumbai, costs around 8 lakhs to 12 lakhs, which is very much. If anyone wants to build a house, just big like the place we are sitting, the land only will cost him crores. So how will he build a house there? So India is getting very expensive day by day. So people are migrating from India to different countries for better experience and better quality of life.
UP, the most populated state in this India, in the world also. Like with 23 crores of population in UP, the literacy rate is 67.68%, which is very less. Like if we compare it to other states in India.
Yes, I agree with you. Big cities like Mumbai and Delhi are already overcrowded. To overgrowing population adds up to slums and traffic jams.
Yes, in education line also, did you know in India the average student teacher ratio is 30:1, or in rural areas it gets worse. It is 50:1. But Japan and Germany are maintaining the ratio that is 15:1. Now imagine a large classroom where a teacher can't pay enough attention to every student. But if there are fewer students, more students get equal, better education and their talents can be nurtured. The same applies to our country. When our population is managed effectively, the government can invest more for child and education, more facilities in our school, more skilled teachers. This means the children won't just be number. They will grow up to highly skilled engineers, doctors, scientists and entrepreneurs, which will truly lead the nation forward.
I agree, and it's all not about the teachers. Teachers are trying. Let's talk about the government teachers. They are trying to educate the students, but there are many problems. First of all, the problem was people were not coming at school. Why? Because it was very expensive. So government made the school very cheap, and many schools are free. Then also they were not coming because they were helping their parents in farming. So government started giving midday meals, and if there were some problems according to their health, so government also built many washrooms for them. But what's the thing now? Many teachers have to go in the election. Why? Because in every state, in every 2 to 3 months, elections are going for. So the teachers have to go there for campaigning and to calculate the result. So teachers are having many things to do. That's why the education has become secondary, not primary.
Yes, I agree with you. Like in India, the education system budget is like 1.28 lakh crores. It's a huge number. But if you have more population, this amount is like very low. And the corruption rate in India is 33 out of 100.
It is, but most of the schools in the world are developed. So they only need money to maintain the schools and give more land. So this amount of money, 1.26 trillion, it can be used for the development of the schools. Like they can make labs in their schools, library in their schools. So they can give many things because all the schools are that they just have to give them good things like chemistry lab, science lab, so that they can have a bright future.
Yes, more population means more competition. Even after scoring good percentage, people don't get job or admission in better school or better companies. It's not because of their talent, it's because of crowd, it's because of chaos. If our youth don't get opportunities, then the country will suffer. And we don't let our energy waste like this. We want smart planning and population control.
Agree. Good point, Prabhansha. The thing is, after schooling, what is the thing people do the most? Can anyone tell me?
Like they just go to college and find a degree which is good for them.
Correct. The thing they study most about is engineering. India produces the most amount of engineers in the whole world, which is approximately 1 million engineers per annum. But what about them? 60% of them are not illiterate. They are not having any jobs. There was a job for a few. Many engineers and people who are having PhD went there. Why? Because there are not enough jobs in terms of people, because there are more people than the jobs available.
Yes, India also produce a huge amount of doctor, which is 13,86,000 approx. But like the government, which are educated, go to private hospitals, private clinics opening, and like everything they are doing for money, not going to government hospitals. So how the government hospital can get a good doctor?
I agree. But in terms of doctor, we are having in urban areas, we are having one doctor on every 2,000 to 3,000 people, and in rural areas, it is very bad. In one doctor, 1 lakh people are dependent, and if that doctor goes somewhere for 1 week, most of the people get very sick, and some of them.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see situation how Rajkot also said on the district Sarkar. I think this Sanjay hospital is the hospital in this all the small pieces like all the small villages, people depend on this hospital. Because there are only one. Rajkot is very Sarkar is very small city, but there is only one hospital which is in this area.
I'm totally agree with you all. Guys, imagine I'm India. You're telling like that I'm developing. So tell me how I'm developing. Why my youths are jobless? Why my farmers are hopeless? And why my daughters are out of schools? It was just like that. I'm trying to swim when the pool is overflowing with people and no water is left at all. India is not just a country, it is Animo. Animo means it is a traffic jam where people are running, shouting, but no one is moving forward. So guys, one day come when we all are forget the trees and nothing is left in India.
I agree. The more population, we need more land, and it is also affecting the nature. Because if we need land, human beings firstly runs toward the forest. Why? They cut the trees. After cutting the trees, they get some resources like wood, and they also get the land. They think that it is a very good deal, but no. When you cut trees, you will think that I will cut 5 trees and nothing will happen. But if all the people in the whole world, which is approximately 8.5 billion in the whole world, if they will think the same, so how many trees will be cut? Just imagine.
Due to cutting of trees, many people like villages cutting their trees, which leads to deforestation, climate change, global warming, etc. And there are also animals which are living in forests are coming on the streets and they are attacking on the people on like urban area, rural area, etc.
Guys, now I think the people of India should think that they are only just increasing the number or planning a better future for tomorrow. I think now government have to educate to the people who are not educated on the basis like the government have to educate it to the couples that on the which as they have to get married.
Yes, government also launched many campaigns for skill developing and training like Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana for unemployment generation and entrepreneurship, Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Prakshishon Yojana for some specific communities like Beti Bachao Beti Padhao and some other individuals like NCS National Career Services Project for fresh drinking water, Jal Jeevan Mission. Like these all campaigns are launched by Indian government.
I agree. It's only not about controlling the population. It's about spreading awareness. Because in many rural areas, even now, people think that if they are having a girl, they are not satisfied. They try and try until they do not get a boy, which is a bad mentality. Because there are many girls who have done things that boys can't even imagine, like Kalpana Chawla.
First movement to go on moon.
Yes.
Yes, and like in India, more population means land degradation, river are polluting and pollution are spreading. More vehicles mean more pollution. Farmers are using many pesticides and chemicals on their field, which are very toxic for their field. Like the nutrition in pesticides, plants will absorb, but the toxics which are laying on their land are going to groundwater, which leads to groundwater degradation and water in river. In India, 70% of rivers are polluted. Like in a urban area, many factories are separating their toxins in rivers so that they are getting polluted day by day in India.
Agree. The level of groundwater is decreasing day by day, and contaminated water is not good for our health.
India is the most populated country on the earth with lots of populations. But yes, we are proud of our democracy, our culture, and more. But let's not forget and not hide the truth of our populations. Our population is silently choking our dreams. Our buses are overcrowded, our hospitals are overwhelmed, and our youth is unemployed. And this all is just because of overpopulation.
So now the question comes that what we have to do. So guys, I just want to tell you that family planning is not just a shara. It is a smartness. Girls' education is not costly, it is an investment.
I agree. If we see that according to a study, if a girl is educated, she is more likely to plan a family of less children, and she will try that her child will get the best education as she got. So she would like that her child will support in the economy of the India.
Yeah, it is not a question like good or bad. It is the truth is, it is not black or white. It is not yes or no. It depends on us how we treat our population as a bless or a curse.
I agree. To spread awareness, what can we do? Can anyone tell me?
We can use Bollywood, TV serials and influencer to subtly promote small family ideas. For example, a hit web series where a couple choose to have a one child and live a full life.
Nice. And we should also do many things because at many places TVs and all TVs or web series are not available, especially in rural areas. So there should be dramas going out in the rural areas like in Panchayat and all. And in urban cities, on the crowded places like malls and restaurants, in newspaper, on TV. These things should be a main heading as breaking news because now it is a very important topic to talk about. If we will not talk about right now, we can't because it is the golden time of India. And because the average age of India is very less, so we can do many things that other countries are having problems to do. For example, Japan.
The government also many schemes to control the populations, like Joy is not first doctor or call Mission Parivar Vikas Sundho Hamaido, but some people are not understand and ignore them.
Yes, and the people who are following this should have many benefits, like benefits in terms of taxes, benefits in terms of hospital, education, so that people will know that if we are having lesser children, our children, and we are getting the advantages that many people aren't. The tax is India is rising day by day. So if government makes schemes like if you are having only 1 or 2 children, you will get some limitations on the taxes.
Guys, if you know about the Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, the government had met, and in that Yojana, in that scheme, they have done very good thing that after the 2 children, you will not get any scheme, and they will leave, and they will say that you have to leave this scheme.
Yeah, that Yojana is to encourage women. And the thing India is not good as in terms of education is sex education. Why? Because in India, this education is not that much. People are not having awareness for this.
I totally agree with the statement that if families have fewer children, so this would be better than a family which have more children. Like if there will be two children, so they can give them better education, better nutrition, and better healthcare, which also helps our upcoming youths to contribute in the country.
The people who are below poverty line, like may also go to some bad works like shooting, transporting of drugs, like etc. for money, because they are not getting the meal of a time, so that they can do many things. Many powerful people also use them as their dogs for transporting some illegal materials.
Yeah, India has only 2.0% of world's fresh water and 2.4% of world's land. But houses over 17% of the global population. This creates a dangerous mismatch between people and natural resources.
Yes, the thing is we are having more population compared to land. I'll give you an easy example. If you're having a small house which is only having 2 to 3 rooms, okay, just take an example. And you are having a joint family and someone came to your house for 2 to 3 days. So what will happen? Your room will be taken, your hall will be not yours, you can't even see television or you can't even relax properly. Why? Because the crowd is so much. You will just think that when they will go. In households, it is possible, yes, they will go after 3 to 4 days. But in India, no. India is also for them as it is for us. So people are rising day by day and the land is limited. So we have to work for us.
Populations can also contribute to social problems like increasing crime rates due to unemployment and poverty, migrations to rural to urban areas, leading to slum formation.
Do anyone know why the population is increasing? That means when in 1990 the population is increasing very little bit, but when 1975 our population increased very fastly. Why? Because the mortality rate.
Yeah, I agree. In 1951, the fertility rate of India is 6.1 per woman, which means a woman has 6 child, like a 6 child isn't too much for resources, for money, for clothes, for education, etc. But now in India, the fertility rate is 2.1, which means in 50 to 60 years, the population of India will be in control.
You know, there was a famous quote by Stephen Hawking, which was that if the population will grow as the same amount it is right now, doubling in every 40 years, so till 2600, we would be literally standing shoulder to shoulder.
Control the population will speak against more in education and skill development.
Yes, now let's go to the agriculture part. Agriculture demand. As the people will rise, the demand of crops will rise too. They will need basic resources like food. So people would start using, not people, farmers will start using many chemicals like pesticides, weedicides and more, which will make the crop not natural anymore, and because of this reason the crops coming right now is not good for us. Let's go to the conclusion part. So according to me, the conclusion is that population control is very important for India's development. And if we are having more population, we should have the place to give them so that they can live. We should have good cropping. We should have the amount of water they need. We should have the amount of land they need. We should give them the quality of life they deserve. and the education of girls should be very important, because as I said, educated girls are more likely to have a shorter family and a good family. Thank you.